Alright, in this video we are going to create a WordPress plugin that will create a custom post type. So here the custom post type is nothing but the books. So if I activate this plugin, you will see on the left side there is a post type called books, and you are allowed to add the book you want. So let's just say I want to add a book called Philosopher's Stone, and if I click on publish, you can see the list of books added when I click on the book. So this is what I have added. Now I want to display these books in the front end, let's say the page. So for that what I'll do is I'll open a page. Let's say I added a page, and this is a shortcode that I need to put on a page wherever I want. If I click on save, and once I visit this page, let's say once I visit this page, you'll see the, the list that you see here is also available on the front end. So here we are going to see how to create custom post type with your plugin, and we are going to create a shortcode, and that shortcode will display all the values which you see in the backend that will be available on the front end. So without wasting time, let's get into it. So the function that we would be using is, these are the functions: register post type, add shortcode, have post, the post, get the title, and we will be using WP query, and with this query we'll be able to fetch those data from the backend to the front end. The very first thing that we need to do is we need to get into your WordPress folder. Here the WordPress folder is plugin website, and I have to get into the plugin folder again, and I need to create a folder. So let's say CPT, let's just say CPT, and it's recommended to have a file name similar to your folder name. So this is a folder name. I have opened this into the Visual Studio Code. So let me create a new file, and I'll call it as cpt.php. I said it's recommended, but it's not a rule to follow the same name as your folder name. Now I want to display the name of your plugin. So let's just say the name of the plugin is CPT, the version is 2.0 and created by UI Monk, and add the shortcode. Let's just say the description, add the shortcode show phone to display your data. So this is the description of your shortcode. Now previously we have used the post type called book. Now we will be using the post type called phone number. So let's just create it. So this is enough to show your plugin in this plugin page. If I don't have to refresh, if I click on the plugin, you'll see the plugin which you have created, the folder which you have created has got reflected in the backend. So this is the description you have edited, this is the version, and this is the author name. Now what we need to do is we need to register a custom post type. So for that, let's just create a function. So this function would be show underscore cpt. This is a random function, we can give any name, and now we need to register post type. So this is a function which will allow you to create post type. So the post type name is phone number. So let's just make this short, phone number. And then what you have to do is, so this is your post type which will be displayed over here, and you need to pass an array. So here this array will have the description about your post type. So the label that you need is, let's just say phone, and the support that you need, it's just the title. I just need title, and what else, you want this post to be custom post type to be public, and that's it. Now once you write this function, you have to append it with a action. So in WordPress, action is nothing but there is some series of operation that will be going on in WordPress. You are attaching your function to that series. So let's just say I want to add my function, so to the action called init, and when there is a init process, what should happen? I want my custom function to load. So as said, the init is a process when WordPress is about to get installed. Sorry, the WordPress is about to run your themes and plugin. Before running your themes and plugin, it will create an environment to run your themes and plugins. So at that time, you are registering your post type. So if I refresh it and make it active, you should see phone post type, and yes, it works. As of now, what you have to do is, if I click on add post, you're able to give your, so this is my name and I'm just giving my random number and I'm storing it. Now what happens is, these value got stored in the PHP MyAdmin. So this is the database that I have created. So over here you should find your custom post in this WP post table. So if you scroll down, you should see your added title. So let's just say whether we are able to see the title or not. So this is the title. So let's just copy this and let me search it. It's not visible. I think we have to make this like 100. And yes, here you go. This is your post title and this is your post name, and the post type that we have created is phone number. You should see it. You can see post type, it's phone number. Now what we need to do is, we need to run a query to fetch the values from here. And before that, I would like to show where these init and this register post type is stored. So this is not a function, it's actually a hook. You can find this hook on the includes folder. So here you will find, in your website there is a includes folder, and here you will find a WP settings file. Actually it's not in the includes folder, you can find it over here, WP include WP hyphen setting. So the init hook, what you see, is found in the WP hyphen setting. So let's just search init, and here you go. So what you find in WP action is, these are the hooks. If you search for do action, you'll find all the hooks in the WP setting. So this is one hook, setup theme. After setup theme, init, you find this init over here. We have just called this WP loaded and mu underscore plugin underscore loaded. So these are the hooks that is defined in the WP setting. That's what we have called over here to run our CPT. Now let's just go for this post type, and you can find the register post type in the WP includes, and you can find the post. You can see the post file is here, and if you call for this register post type, and as we have used label, we have used public, and if you want some more capability, you can use these arrays value, key and pair value. Now this is for the post, this is for the page, and this post type is for the attachment, and this post type is revision, and there are many more. So let's just get into the topic. Now what we need to do is, we need to run a query. So to run a query, let's just create a function, run underscore query, and with this query, what we need to do is, we have to create a argument first. So argument, and we need to pass, what are the things that we need to pass? We need post type, post underscore type. The post type here we are going to use is, it doesn't take space, so it's just phone number, as you saw in the database. This is the post type. and we have to display post per view, and it's I want to display all the values, so you need to specify -1. Now what we need to do is it's post per page. Now what we need to do is you need to pass this argument to the WP query class, and you need to create an instance of the WP query class. Let's just say, now with this query you have access to the post, which is this column. So right now with this, what we can do is we can access all the post. In short, you can access this one row. So what do I need? So first I'm checking if there is any value, have underscore post. If there is any value, if you find any value, then don't loop it until the last one left, and just display the post title, get the title. Now what I need to do is I need to surround it with the HTML. Now I need to surround this with an HTML. So let's just check. And now since it's going to run this step one by one, what we need to do is we need to have access to the post. Now it will check whether there is a post. Since we have one row, yes, one row is there, then display the row title. We'll get the title from this column. And once you get the title, then you have to loop it again. So then it will go from here, start from here, and then it will go to the next post, and then you'll get the second post title. And again, once the second post title is displayed, then it will again loop, start from here, and get into the third post, and then it will display the third title. So this is how the loop will go on. So I want to display this into an HTML. So for that, what we'll do is we'll just create a variable and store it as a string, and if there is post, then create the list item, and after creating the list item I need to append this list item, and inside the list item I need all the title, and once the loop is done, all the value will be concatenated into this variable, and we need to return the variable. So this output will hold the complete UL data, and this UL have multiple list items. And there is one thing that we need to do, which is whenever we use WP query, it's a class again, we can find this class over here. WP includes WP hyphen query. So it's class hyphen WP query, I guess. So this is the class where you'll get, where you have used the query, or where it is, it's sorry, it's not this file, this is the file. So you see, this is coming, this is the class actually we have used to create the instance where we can access the have post. You can see you'll have the have post function, you'll have the get the title function, and of course the post function. Since it's a post, we need to access it with the instance. We can't access it directly, we need to use the instance to access the post. And you will get this function in the wp includes post, where you will find the most useful data, the id, get the id, the title, get the title. You get the title which you have used right now, and you'll find many such useful functions. The get post, the content which we have used yesterday, get the content. So these data is available in the post template. Now since we have used the wp query, we have to manually close which is wp underscore reset underscore which is post data. So this is required because you are manually calling the wp query to display this kind of information. What happens is WordPress usually has a internal query system which is run by the keyword called global, which we have already used in the previous example, $global, which we have seen. This global WordPress uses to internally run a query and display the data for you. But if you leave this unclosed, what happens is these modification will also affect the global variable. So that's the reason it's recommended to close this data, this wp query. Again, there are few things that I need to note, that I want to show you. If we leave this like this, so the output will be only the closing tag. So what we need to do is we have to concatenate it. So starting from, we don't need this, starting from here and appending all the list item, and finally it appends this. And again, if you write return over here, this code will never get executed. So it's better to write your any code before you write. It should be at the last line, the return should be the last line, or else the code which is below won't get executed. So now let's check the output. Let's just add one more phone number, some random one, click on publish, and we have to register the shortcode. We didn't do that. Add underscore short code, and the shortcode, actual shortcode, and the function that need to be triggered when this shortcode is used. So this is the shortcode, show phone, and let's just create a new, I think it's updated, let's just create a new page and let's use the shortcode show phone. Test shortcode, publish. Since we have used the shortcode, yes, the data what you see here, let's just get into the dashboard. The data what you see here on the back end, you used the wp query to fetch it into the front end with the and display it in the front end with the help of the shortcode. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening. These are the functions that we have covered. I will leave the source code in the description in case if you want to follow, you can follow it.